Alright, heyo, my name's Beyonce, and no, I can't sing, but I can draw, so that's what we're going to be doing today. But before then, I'm going to need you guys to use your imagination real quick. Pretend that I'm not. God, I did not get kicked out of the office, and I'm not in a bedroom right now. Don't just pretend that this is a beautiful, beautiful art studio, and you can tell because I have a paintbrush here. You would never see a paintbrush in someone's bedroom. That's just nonsensical. It makes no sense. No sense right there. Alright, let's get into the topic for today. So whenever I used to draw a nose, my mind would just say, nose. See what I did there? I know, I'm pretty great. And it showed in my work. A lot of erase marks. It was dark days. It wasn't fun. And the problem is with the nose is you can't just like cover it with hair or something like that. It's not the other eye, you know. You gotta, it's just right in the middle of your face. And if you don't have it, you look like Voldemort. Let's be honest. So it's almost like the nose kind of haunts you. Like you can't finish your picture until you draw the nose. And if you don't know how to draw the nose, then that's pretty bad. I think I actually have some footage of me drawing a nose back in the day. It's a real breakdown. 100% probably a true story. He knows. So skip the drama and listen to me. We're going to talk anatomy. So this nose is divided up into three structures: the bridge, the bulb, and the wing. So I'm circling the bridge right now, and now I'm drawing the bulb, which is these two cartilage pieces. Don't worry, we're going to talk more about it later. All right, and the last is the wing, which is basically a fancy name for nasal flap. Let's be honest. I don't know why anatomy people name things like the wing. The wing makes me think the nose is just going to take off and flight somewhere. Oh, whatever. So right now I'm just drawing a little rough skull to show you all the relationships. Alright, the first part of the bridge is the nasal bone, and it connects to the forehead through this upside down trapezoid called the glabella, and it's connected to the lateral cartilage, which is the second part of the bridge. Depending on the size of your lateral cartilage, it makes your nose bump look more pronounced or less pronounced. It just depends. And one of the other structures what we're going to draw is the bulb, or the tip, and it's made up of these greater alar cartilage pieces that fuse together to make that nice nose bulb we like so much. So the size of the bulb can vary, and the shape of the bulb can vary just slightly too. I encourage you guys to go look up some bulb shapes just to add some diversity to your paintings. One of the last things we're going to talk about is the nostril flaps. The nostril flaps typically lead behind that septum and kind of connect to the nose through the bottom of the nostril. And lastly, we have the maxilla, which is kind of this sloping bone structure that connects your side of your nose to your face. Here are some beautiful guidelines for you guys to screenshot and study with. Shout out to Proco Design. I used his reference to draw this, and he's got great videos, so you guys should really go check him out. Alright, so you know how to draw the nose with the bones and stuff. So what about when you had the skin? So it actually looks scarily like the bone structure. Really, adding skin does very little. So that pink area is where the forehead kind of is just going to crease into the nose, and the sides of the nose just melt into the sides of the face. The important thing you're going to have to remember is the septum, which is that skin area between the nostrils, and it kind of melts into that lip area, which melts into that cupid's bow. So it's really important to have that 3D effect you're looking for. All right, so you know how the nose looks, but how exactly do you draw a nose? So that's what we're gonna get into now, cheat codes. Now this is no magical keyboard button like you can push, but it's so much better than that because it's so much easier. All right, step one, don't draw a circle. You're gonna want to draw this geometric shape instead. You're gonna have this upside down trapezoid looking guy, and you're gonna connect it with these two parallelograms. This is just so much helpful when you're trying to see that 3D shape and see the top and the bottom of the bulb. So where you're going to go from that is you're going to attach the septum to that middle trapezoid, and you're going to use the parallelograms to bring out your nostrils. So if you struggle like me to make your nostrils even, just have a straight line, just draw a few straight lines going across the nostrils, and that kind of evens everything up for you. Very helpful. I do it all the time. You can do this with all the other parts of your face, including the eyes. So what I'm going to do next is just kind of start defining my nostril flap areas or the wings, and I'm going to just bring them up, and now we're going to work on our bridge. So the bridge doesn't have to be anything special. Just know that the bridge is going to melt into the forehead through that upside down trapezoid guy, and you're gonna have the sides of your nose are not going to be very defined. I see people doing this. It doesn't look like that at all. They're going to melt into the sides of the cheeks, so they're kind of slopey. So just really take that in mind when you're drawing and really get that to heart. So screenshot this, study it, you know what to do. Alrighty, let's get into nose perspective. But first, I got a little tired of drawing noses, so look at this angry bee just for a second. Alright, let's get back to nose perspective. 3/4 view. Whoa, who is that? She looks like she can sing really well. Ignore the acne, I really enjoy chocolate, okay? Alright, so you can see as the midline of the face in the 3/4 view, it kind of lines up with that septum area. This line's a little bit off, but you can kind of see it lines up with that middle of the face really good. But the bulb actually extends past the midline of the face. It's actually pretty good to know this because it'll make your 3/4 a little bit easier, and so you're not trying to squish the bulb down. You can also connect the septum to that lip diamond right there, which connects right into the lips. See how everything just connects? It's just amazing. Alright, nose in up view. I've seen some pretty creative up view noses, but if you look from the up view, it kind of looks like a mushroom. So if you just kind of duplicate that shape, you really get some good stuff going. So the bulb is kind of you're gonna kind of see the bulb in all of its glory, and the nostrils are gonna curve right under the septum. You can see that nice and good, and it's gonna connect right to the lip area. I'm adding a little bit of highlight, so the bridge is going to be foreshortened, which means that the bridge is going to appear smaller because of the direction of the face. Yeah, the bridge I drew right now is way too long. Yep, there you go. Alrighty, so nose bridge 1/2 view. So when you're doing the nose bridge in 1/2 view, it's gonna bump near the eyebrow, just gonna come up a little bit where it goes into the forehead. Then you're gonna have something called the root of the nose, where it kind of divots slightly above near the eye. I find this really fascinating because I used to draw my divots really deep. It was very strange. So I have a Cherokee nose, thanks to Graham. Love you, Graham. Rest in peace. So this shape can be a little different depending on people. It can even divot a little bit more then come out. Sometimes the nose can be even longer and just kind of elongate out. There are about 1 million variations, so just play around. Guys, I have this really cool weird announcement thing that I'm going to do right now. So I was thinking for our subscriber counts, we could do something creative. Like instead of measuring it by like 1 million subscribers and stuff like that, measure it by time. Because my name's Chromatic Days, so I could do like 24 hours in a day, so 24 subscribers. So that means we reached our first subscriber goal. You know, little confetti, all that good stuff. So I'm wondering, what do you guys want me to do for subscriber goals? Do you want me to do like a Beyonce song? I will never sing on this channel unless you guys want me to, and that's only if we reach a subscriber goal. Maybe I'll do like a Beyonce dance or choreography or something like that. I think that would be fun. That means our next subscriber goal is 1,440 minutes. So if we can reach that goal, maybe I'll do a Beyonce dance. You guys put in the comment what you want to see. Back to the tutorial. This section is nose you didn't, and basically this is where I go over common nose mistakes that make me sad. Number 1, using the circle, not defining the bulb. So using a circle just makes your nose look really flat, and this is even worse, not even using a circle at all. So use the guidelines that we talked about before, and I forgot to mention this, you can erase all those trapezoid parallelogram things when you're done, but just include that when you're shading it. Drawing the nose according to a different perspective. So if you don't know what I'm talking about by perspective lines, I encourage you to watch my eye video. It's really good. It talks about the perspective lines in the eyes, but I'll go over it real quick. So when you're drawing your face in 3/4 view, it's going to be turning in the distance, and what that means is that all your facial features have to follow these exact same perspective lines at the same tilt and at the same angle. You can see the one on the left just looks janky and messed up because it doesn't follow the same perspective line in that nose region. The one on the right looks like a face. It looks all good, handsome, symmetrical, and it has because it follows the perspective line. This is also the reason why when you flip your canvas, it looks weird because you didn't follow the perspective line. All right, number 3, weird nostrils. Weird nostrils are a sin, guys. So the one one on the left looks bad because it has no shape. Nostrils have kind of a comma teardrop shape going on, and the one on the right looks super janky because the nostrils are way too low. The nostrils should end right above that septum area, so that's just something to keep in consideration when you're drawing nostrils. Alrighty, last one, art style without style. Warning, do not explore art style till you master anatomy, or you're going to end up with those bread roll looking abs. Jesus, oh, haunt my dreams. Alright, so let's just go over it. You can see that it just doesn't follow the correct form. It looks like the nose is a stick, and it gets even worse, guys. Look at this one. Oh my god, I don't know what I was trying to do here. Like, so nothing. There's not even a nose, and let's not even talk about the hand. Guys, I didn't even draw that background. Like, you think I'm not talented back in the day? Alright, so I know you must be thinking, but Beyonce, you're asking me to draw these complicated noses, and your character doesn't even have a nose. Am I a hypocrite? Short answer, yes, but there's a difference between knowing how to draw a nose and choosing not to versus not knowing how to draw a nose and being forced not to. I do not draw a nose because I want my character to look very chibi and look very cute. So take it with a grain of salt, take it as it is. So let's get into art styles that I do give the Beyonce approval. So a good art style kind of takes into consideration lighting and shadow and follows the basic anatomy structure. So let me show you some that I think are okay. So I am taking careful consideration to keep that base of the nose pretty dark where the lighting's not going to hit, and just the corners of my nostril are just going to be a little bit darker. I'm also in that third nose making the crease very dark because that's just that eyebrow eye crease right there. And I'm also making sure that my highlights are not complete circles because lighting kind of just erases detail. So when you're having lighting on a highlight, it's not going to be just a complete circle. It's going to also play into the light. So some of my nostrils don't even have like nostril flaps, and the reason behind this is because if you don't even need nostril flaps, if you can just convey that shadow with your nostril holes. So here's some labels. Practice these if you want. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of my video. Here are some of my students' work from the eye assignment, TikTok Doodle Birdie, and Just Like Arts on Instagram. They did a fantastic job on the eye assignment. If you want to be featured on my end card, please turn in your homework early. If you want to be in my Google Classroom, we are not accepting students at the time because we're super full, but you can join the class Discord while you wait for a seat. So I also have extra supplemental materials on my Instagram. Both links are in my bio. Thanks for coming. Bye, everyone.